Hi, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to NUS Biz E Open House Live panel. Ask our BBA Deans anything. We just ended our previous session on student life at NUS Biz. If you were there with us, we hope you enjoyed it. If you weren't there, thanks for joining us today. We have an exciting series of live programs lined up for you today. So do check out our program schedule on our website if you haven't already done so. If your friends haven't joined us, do get them to join us today. My name is Aaron, a Year 2 BBA student, specializing in finance. With me in this session, I have Assistant Dean for Undergraduate Studies, Associate Professor Ravi Chandran, and Assistant Dean and Director for Undergraduate Studies, Dr Helen Chai.
Hi there.
Right, so I'm sure many of you have questions regarding admissions and our business and accountancy programs. So do keep your questions coming on our FB Live comment section. We'll do our best to answer as many of your queries as we can. Now, this year's theme is Be Agile, Be You at NUS Business School, where you enjoy the journey of self-discovery and develop skills to be career-ready. Let me start by asking our panelists, will you share what is one thing, in your opinion, that prospective students should look forward to when joining NUS Business School?
I think it's a diversity of experience. There's so many options. I think each university has got different parts, different options, but in terms of sheer numbers, be it specialization, be it major, minor programs, be it other programs, NOC programs. So I think the sheer number of choices is astounding. So I think that's something really special. You've got a widest choice of options.
That's good. What about Dr. Helen?
Yeah. All right, so if I put myself in the position of someone who is choosing a university, there's lots of options for you, right? You may decide that you want to go overseas, you may want to go local. Now, let's talk about the option between overseas and local first, right? I think that local choices are the best option, the best value for money, right? You don't burn a hole in the pockets of your parents, all right? Staying local.
I'd just like to add, the other thing is, of course, job, all right, internships,
yes.
Right? It's very much easier to get internships if you're studying locally compared to studying overseas.
That's absolutely correct, yes. Then when it's local, you have a choice of the universities, and I think that what we stand out as NUS Business School is the campus living, all right, which I believe that Aaron is going to talk a little bit more about the campus living.
Yeah.
You have a very vibrant campus student life here, all right, and coupled with studies, right? The residential college, we are having an open house, physical open house on 5th of March. So do come to our campus and really feel, the vibrant student life here.
All right, so maybe I can start off with a few questions from the board. Okay, so what is the entry cutoff for BBA or BBA accountancy this year? May I ask?
Okay, this year, well, this is asking me to look for a crystal ball. Admissions is on a competitive basis. So it really depends on the cohort that is actually choosing NUS and NUS Business School, be it the BBA program, the BAC program, or the real estate program. But if you do need to have a reference point, is to actually to go into the NUS website, search indicative grade profile, IGP, and that gives you a reference point of what have been the cutoff for the past years.
Okay, so next question. How many students do we take in?
For the BBA program, we are taking in about 650 students or so about. Our accountancy, we are looking at about 300. And then for the real estate, which is very much the newest member of our family,
yes.
That is about 150. So in total, we're looking at about 1,000 odd students joining us in this year's freshman cohort.
Wow, okay. So next on the question, we have, what are aptitude-based admissions and how do I go about applying for it?
All right. Aptitude-based admissions is if you look at your application form, there's a section that says, a bit like a personal statement. Tell me about yourself, right? So I'd like to suggest that you put your best foot forward in this section. Talk about your achievements and how that relates to the course you're applying. And that will put you in good state. And for aptitude-based admissions, it's very much after, the cutoff. So if you feel like you're in a kind of like a borderline for your cutoff, then I would really urge you to put a bit more thought when you complete that personal statement of yours.
So in terms of aptitude, is there some characteristics you guys are looking out for, achievements whatsoever?
Okay, yes. So peaks of excellence. So for example, that you have represented your school, your or even Singapore, in sports. Okay, we are also looking for example, arts excellence, leadership excellence. Say, for example, for NS boys, you have been a sort of honor, right? Yeah, a sort of honor. Okay, so that is leadership. All right, or you have been in council, student councils of sorts. And community service, we do emphasize on giving back community. So you have been volunteering on a very regular basis, on a weekly basis, in any of the, giving back to the society. That is also considered as a peak of excellence.
So it's pretty diverse.
That's right.
Okay, I think next question is quite a hot topic. Are there any scholarships available?
Yeah. One beauty about the NUS program is that when you apply for scholarship, there's only one application needed, which is the you apply via the NUS portal, scholarship portal, and then that will be applicable for all the different scholarships. So at the NUS level, you have the Global Merit Scholarship. I need to pitch that top of the range scholarship. Then at the faculty level, we have the Business Dean Scholarship.
Okay. Thank you very much for the information. Okay, next question. Does BBA, BAC, or real estate equip students with basic coding and programming skills?
We do have 2 modules on coding and programming, and they have also a whole specialization which they can choose. So I would say definitely yes.
I think it's especially important nowadays to know basic coding and programming skills. Okay, thank you, Professor. Okay, so next question on the list. What is the percentage of students in NUS Business School that qualify for the honours program? I think everyone wants to know.
Okay, so the honours program, it's most students qualify for the honours program. There are some students who qualify but don't carry on because they've already got a very good job. But by and far, most students, the majority, do qualify, right? The large bulk. Right?
I see. Okay, thank you. Okay, so next up, what is the difference between a specialization, a major, and a minor?
So these terms may be used differently in different universities. So at least as long as the business school is concerned, specialization is something you do within the school, and it involves reading 5 modules. Typically a major or minor is outside the school, and a major is 10 modules. For example, a major in psychology or a major in econs, and a minor is 5 modules outside the school, right? So, and in your program, there's enough free space for you to do a specialization and another major or specialization and 2 minors or 2 specializations. So there's enough space to play around to see what you're really interested in and then build your capabilities in that area.
Yeah, I think that's a really great summary. Thank you, Prof. Okay, so next question. What are the different double degrees available and how do I apply for them?
Okay, double degrees are the whole range of double degrees from engineering to law to economics to computing. And the 2 points of application, you can either apply before coming in. If you didn't apply before coming in, you can also apply after you've come in. So it's not closed, you can apply later. So many options.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say the fact that, we have gone, we want all of you to customize your own educational journey here, right? So each of you, we recognize, are different. You have different needs, you have different aspirations. So, for example, for our students, right, they have got students who would take on accountancy program, and then they would go on to do a specialization in finance. Some of them will do a specialization in business analytics, right? But we also have students who are accountancy students who way different, way, not from the normal
Yeah.
path, and they do a marketing specialization. So this is, I think, this is where the key, what we're trying to drive, trying to bring the message to you.
And
Is
it goes
that-
back to the same
yeah.
point I talked about earlier, options.
Yes, that's right. The options are wide here for you. All right.
Okay, I think that's all the time we have for this segment. If you guys have any more questions, do feel free to join in the next few segments. Thank you guys for your time. Really appreciate it answering all the questions for the students.